That's that, then.
You can't deny they're thorough. They went over every inch.
Yeah, look at them. Full force of government power descends on a couple of dozen hens.
What else could they do?
Oh, I don't know. But I reckon salmonella's been around a lot longer than you or me. It's just the public gets scared.
We've worked damn hard to get Emmerdale's good name, and now this has to happen.
But you're not going to lose your good name, Annie.
No? Not one of our regular customers has collected their birds this year.
Well, the word's got round. They don't want to risk it.
Well, one of those birds is going to be on my table on Christmas Day, I'll tell you.
Annie, I didn't mean to be...
Any clues?
Oh, just theories. Wild birds passing it on. Seagulls, pigeons, maybe.
So what do we do now?
Restock the laying birds and start all over again.
And what about the meat birds?
They're okay.
We still have to go on selling them?
Those birds are as clear as any.
Yeah. And you're taking them to market, so keep loading.
Good luck.
Magnum opus ready yet? But not for general consumption. Oh, good morning. Mr. Tate, isn't it?
Frank, and this is my daughter Zoe.
Henry Works. I'm afraid you're a bit early.
Oh, we haven't come for a drink when I saw the door was open.
Oh.
Hey, well, have you met my daughter?
Aye, I have, briefly.
Hi.
Was it production you wanted to discuss?
No, not really. It's about a Christmas tree, but I'd forgotten you already had one.
Oh, aye. Mr. Wilkes bought it t'other day. In Otten, weren't it, Mr. Wilkes? What? Oh, yes, of course. Something like that, any road. Yes, I said to you t'other day. I am saddened that you should have been welcome to our community in this way.
No problem, Mr. Braley. I simply called to see if you'd like to have one of our trees, but seeing as you've already got one...
Oh, that is kind of you. Thank you.
This is great. Should do really well.
Oh, thank you. Though I must say I'm surprised you should find out to amuse you in that.
Must be my sense of humour, sorry.
Any road, Mr. Tate, I'd like you to be first to have a copy, with my compliments.
Thank you very much, Mr. Braley. We must be going.
Goodbye, Mr. Tate, Miss Tate, and thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. He comes bearing gifts, and here we are with this one, doubtless stolen from man's own land. Bill and Jock should be ashamed of themselves.
Well, if you feel as bad as that about it, give it back to him.
How can I? Probably ask for his money back now.
Won't be a minute, Kate.
Oh, don't worry. I just hope it's worth our while going to the sale, that's all.
How do you mean?
Well, Jack thinks that people won't be interested, and, well, I must say, I couldn't blame them if they weren't.
Oh, no one's mentioned anything to me.
Maybe they're too embarrassed. I mean, you know how rumours spread.
How would you two like it if I came into your bedroom and held a full-scale debate?
Oh, and Nick, don't forget, you've got to take Robert up to the farm before your interview.
Excuse me.
I don't think you should see this, Kate. It is not a pretty sight. Oh, and Nick, will you open some windows? See ya.
Morning. That's really very decent of you, and it's Alan, please. But
You've already got one.
Like the rest of the village.
Well, I had heard there were some dodgy ones about, and I wouldn't touch those with a barge pole. I got that at Houghton Garden Centre.
Nothing more to say, then?
Well, may I just say, I think it is a disgraceful way to treat a newcomer. It's typical of them, I'm afraid. They seem to think they have some sort of right to them. They need to be stamped on, hard.
You sound as if you know who took the trees.
I have ears, Mr.
Really?
Oh, you won't have to be around here long before you know who the culprits are, especially the Scots one.
Can you prove it, Mr. Turner?
Well, no.
Then should you be telling me?
My sentiments exactly, but I do feel there are certain responsibilities that go with the ownership of a large country estate.
I moved here to enjoy the countryside, not to play at being landed gentry.
Yes, but being lenient isn't going to do any of us any favours. There's far too much petty crime in this country. It's got to be ruled out.
Who said anything about leniency? Now, I've got to go. I'm interviewing for a gardener, Jock MacDonald. Do you know him?
Yes, I do indeed, Mr. Day. He's,
What?
Oh, nothing.
Thank you, Mr. Turner.
My pleasure, Mr. Day.
Right, moving on to lot 42. Nice fresh turkeys from Emmerdale Farm. Nice 18-pounders. This is one of 4, 3 in the back.
He's going to start me out for £10. £10 anyway. Offers then. Come on, ladies and gentlemen.
They've obviously heard something.
Just round the corner.
£8.50.
Thank you. £8.50. Any advance at £8.50? 9 anyway. Any advance at £8.50? Sold to Mr. Carter.
Oh, thank goodness he came.
I hate to be cynical, but I doubt if he cares
43.
whether they're infected or not.
Also from
He's from
Emmerdale Farm,
Jackson's at
nice black
Skipdale.
bird, £15. We'll start me out
These
for £6.
prices, he's making a great
£6
fat
anyway.
profit, isn't he?
£5.50 then.
Pollard seems to be the only one who hasn't heard.
£5.
£6.50.
£6.50, thank you. Last, we've got an auction. £6.50. Any advance at £6.50? 7?
£7.
7, thank you. £7.50? £7.50. 8, Mr. Carter? Right, £7.50. Any more at £7.50? Sold to Mr. Tate.
What are we going to do about a bird, Mr. Wilkes?
What bird?
Well, you know, a turkey for Christmas dinner.
Oh, I don't think we'll be needing.
Only I have heard that laying flock up at Emmerdale's got salmonella. Not that I'm worried about that, but shall we cancel it?
Do we have to decide now?
Oh, it is the 19th of December.
Oh, yes. Well, now then, about the Christmas arrangements.
Yes.
And the farm, I shall be going up there.
Oh, good. You can sort it out while you're up there, then. I think we'll cancel. Better not risk it.
Buy 3 shots, eh?
I tell you what, shall I drop you back at Demdike?
Oh, yeah, please, fine.
Apparently, I'm the last person in Yorkshire to find out.
It's only affected the layers, not the meat birds.
That's not what the birds think.
Oh, you know what rumours are like, Mr. Pollard.
Yes, I do. Perhaps next time you can inform me of the facts. That way, I won't be wasting my...
There won't be a next time, Mr. Pollard. Come on.
Bit of a fiasco in there, eh?
But you didn't need to do that.
Do what?
Pay over the odds for those birds.
That guy was getting everything at knockdown prices. Besides, you look so fed up.
Thanks anyway, but we don't need any favours.
I've heard the rumours, you know. I'll chance it. Hey, you're almost laughing. Must be good for you. See ya.
You've worked around the area for some time then?
Aye, I was a shepherd with NY Estates until I was made redundant.
Why was that?
Mismanagement. Same old story. The workers paying the price for the boss's cock-ups.
I see. You must know the land hereabouts pretty well.
Better than most, aye.
So what you're doing at the moment to earn a living?
Oh, not much. The dole and whatever else I could put my hands on.
Like?
There's ways of making a few bob if you're canny.
And would you describe yourself as canny?
I have to be.
I'm missing a few Christmas trees, Jock.
Is that a fact?
Worth a few bob. To someone canny.
I thought this was an interview for gardener's job.
It is.
That's beginning to sound more like a third degree.
I've got to be able to trust my gardener. He's going to be around the house a lot.
Well, what does that mean?
You're canny, you tell me.
Look, if you're making accusations, I suggest you make them now.
I may look stupid, but don't be fooled. Somebody's been stealing my Christmas trees. Can't prove it. But you and I both know who it is. Let's leave it at that, shall we?
We sweated blood in this estate just so you could sit around playing Lord of the Manor. What's a few trees to you?
Not much in themselves. That's why I'm giving everyone in the village one. There's a whole stack of them out there. Help yourself. You may be able to sell it, Jock.
Stick your trees.
Take a tip from me, lad. Stay canny, Jock. And stay out of my way. The trees aren't worth much to me. But my pride is.
How the other half lives, eh, Nick? Well, it's a very nice place you've got here, miss.
Thanks, but it's...
Aye, built on the backs of the working class.
What was that all about?
I don't think he could have got the job.
No. One thing I can't stand is the lack of honesty. Come through, lad.
You seem to be hitting it off with the locals, Dad.
How'd you get on?
Oh, how do you think? I sold the odd one or two at knockdown prices.
Damn. We'll have to try again then. Skipdale on Friday.
You've been very stubborn over this, Joe.
We're a business. If we don't make money, we go hungry.
Is that your answer to everything?
Kate!
I spent the summer working in the vineyards in France. The last place I was at, just south of Bordeaux, they offered me a permanent job. Yeah, well, like I was saying, by the time I'd left, I was practically running the place.
So, what ought you be doing in the garden right now, Nick?
Well, I think December's really a time for planning, you know. Perhaps getting some compost into the land. You've got the best source of compost there is round here, you know. Well-rotten horse manure.
Oh, I thought composting was done best in the spring with the dressing in the summer.
Yeah, you can do it that way.
I see. Go on.
Listen, you could do me a favour. I'm getting your mum something special for Christmas. And it's going to be difficult for me to get it into your house. Do you think you could smuggle it in for me on Christmas Eve?
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. I mean, the house is going to be empty because everyone will be out at midnight mass.
That's perfect.
And what are you getting her?
It's a replacement for something she lost.
Well, come on then. Tell us.
Hey, you'll see.
So, what would you do with that overgrown kitchen garden out of the back?
Well, the first thing I would do would be to weed it.
Yes.
And then I'd dig it all over and I'd replant it.
I see. What with?
A spade.
No. What would you replant?
Oh, well, herbs. You know, garlic, things like that. Vegetables. Oh, and sweet peas, they're very nice and very attractive too.
Yes, I suppose they are. Well, Nick, thank you. It's been most illuminating. I'll let you know.
Yeah, well, thanks very much, Mr. Tate.
How did you get on?
I think he saw straight through me.
You can't fool my old man. I've tried often enough. Whoever gets this job has got their hands full, you know.
That's just it. I don't mind hard work.
Well, he's hard to fathom, his dad. Don't give up too soon. You might have done all right.
Nah, I messed up. I don't know anything about gardening. It's like it's going to be Christmas on the dole again for me.
Chairs, scripts. How are you doing with the costumes?
Well, there should be enough to go around.
Yeah, we can always sort something out if we haven't.
Bedspread here, pair of old curtains there.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want my play dressed like a jumble sale. That might be all right for a panto, but this is a serious dramatic work. It needs to be dressed accordingly. Clipboard.
Ah, I am the Lord of the Undead. Names I never played Dracula. Why not? Not too old for a kick-off.
How can I be too old for a man that's been undead for 300 years?
That's all point. You don't age.
I've still got my own teeth in. I'd look pretty daft playing blood beast at Carpathia without your top set.
Do you mind, Bill? You're putting our other customers off.
Well, I was just trying to get into the part.
Why don't you go into the back room? I'm sure Amos will be very pleased to see you.
You're not still jogging, are you? Everyone knows it's bad for you.
I don't jog. I run.
Why'd you put yourself through this at your age?
Oh, yeah. You'll know. One day. If you ever get to be my age. I thought you were working late.
No, I handed it over to the yard manager. Delegation. It's the secret of being successful.
All right. It were hard work in my day.
My day? You're still having your day.
Nonsense. Tate's haulage is all yours. I've handed it over.
Chance would be a fine thing. Look at you. I decided to have an early night for once, and you want to know why?
I was only asking.
I'm going to the auditions. This play the local publican's doing.
Zoe and I got an advance copy this morning. You could take it along and impress the others, if that's what you're up to.
I'm just trying to take an active part in village life, that's all. Where is the script?
In the waste paper basket.
Might as well give the turkeys away, except nobody want them.
I can't believe people are that worried.
No, you just ask Annie how many people are cancelled. There's Meg Armstrong, Amos...
Yeah, but do you accept I'm finally right about the birds?
OK, well, maybe you are, but... Oh, I don't know, it's your attitude.
My attitude?
Well, you're always so sure of yourself. You never want to listen to anybody else.
We're talking about farming. Now, if it was something else...
There you go again, you see. You just have to go on and on. You don't want to listen to anybody.
Let's forget it, eh? Don't know why we're arguing so much. We're going to these auditions, we better go. Let's try and enjoy ourselves.
So, are there any good bits then?
Depends what you mean by good bits.
Well, you know, like blood and guts and vampires,
I
things
think
like that.
you're going to be disappointed, young man. Ah, Joe, perhaps you'd like to read for part of Dracula.
Yeah, why not?
I would. Somehow I don't see you as a leading man, Seth.
Kate tells me you cancelled your turkey.
Oh, yes, that's right. Nothing to do with rumours, of course.
What rumours are those?
Well, about you know what. It's just that Mr. Wilkes and me always have a struggle to finish it.
Well, particularly as Mr. Wilkes will be joining us for Christmas dinner.
Oh, yes. Right, of course.
Evening all.
What's up with Rach, right, Jack?
Nothing. What are you two up to?
Ah, costumes for the play, you know.
Hey, can I borrow these?
Yeah? Yeah, but I'm intrigued. What are you going to do with them?
Going to a fancy dress party.
Never mind. I'll bring them back, don't worry.
No, that's not a bad idea, right? Fancy dress party. I was thinking of having a party on New Year's Eve. I think I'll invite everyone to come dressed to kill.
Oh.
All right, see you later, Amos. Put me down for Van Helsing.
You don't know how to play.
I've seen the film.
Now, let's see, there's two parts you could be suitable for. There's an attendant in lunatic asylum and Renfield, a lunatic. A lunatic? Ah, he eats flies.
Oh, I don't think I can stomach that, Amos. Put me down for attendant, eh?
Right. Seth?
Are you sure there's no else I could play?
I am positive.
Will you be needing me to rehearse? If so, I want a script.
That'll not be necessary, Bill. Attendant's not got any lines. Oh, Mr. Tate, this is an honour.
Everyone here?
Oh, I think that's everyone.
Anything Merrick knows about?
No, no sign of her. I was just saying as I think you'd be ideal to read for leading role of Count.
You see me as a blood-sucking monster, do you?
There's more to it than that. He is a man at odds with his fleshly desires, yearning to escape into oblivion away from intolerable burden of being undead. Well, it needs someone who can carry off his natural authority. He is a count, after all.
Sorry, you'll have to count me out. Excuse the pun.
All right, your attention, please, now. Settle down, please.
Good evening, madam.
Jack, you silly beggar, what are you doing?
I came in disguise so the radar next door wouldn't pick me up. Merry Christmas.
You are free to go wherever you like in my home, Mr. Harker. But should you hear strange noises, ignore them.
It's the plumbing.
The castle is old, and like old buildings, she talks to herself. I thank you.
Hey, well done. Right,
me next, Amos.
I ain't had a go yet, nor will you? You're not right for it.
How do you know until he's had a go?
Yes, Kate does have a point,
For
Amos.
goodness sake, let him have a go. Let's be done with it.
All right, go on.
Yeah, go on.
Wait a minute, he ain't got any teeth.
He'll be too embarrassed to open his mouth.
I've not thought of it that way.
Lucy, my dear, come to me. Open the window. Lucy moves above the bed and opens the casement.
You don't have to read them bits, them stage directions.
Lucy, my dear. Lucy, my...
Oh, come on.
It's no good I've been put up my stride.
Couldn't take pressure performance, eh? You're not the first. Thank you very much, Seth. Mr. Turner.
I hardly think it's necessary, do you, Amos?
Oh, no, of course not. You're far too old for that part. Peter!
How'd you get on at the Rent Tribunal?
I didn't.
Oh, no.
Well, at least it's helped me make up my mind. Come and look at this. The landlord says I'm in breach of my contract.
What for?
Well, read it.
Cohabitation, eh?
It's Mrs. Bathead across the way reporting back. I'll have to move.
Well, I have a few ideas.
I'll bet. Well, they can wait till I come back from holiday.
Holiday?
Skiing. I go every Christmas.
And who with? Jerry?
Just some friends.
I see.
No, you don't. These are friends I go with every year. It's been fixed up for 6 months. I'm sorry.
Well, don't break anything.
I'll try not to.
If I don't go home soon, I shall never get home tonight.
And what would my neighbour say?
Doesn't matter. She's already said it.
First of all, I'd like to thank you all for coming along and for being
on
so...
with it, will you? I'm running this pub single-handed.
Right. Well, this is how it works out. Pete Whiteley, Jonathan Harker, Jack Sugden, Van Helsing, Mr. Turner, Dr. Seward, Kate, Lucy Seward, Rachel a maid, Bill Whiteley, attendant in Dr. Seward's asylum. Now, first rehearsal will be Boxing Day afternoon. I'm sorry. You must be prepared to make sacrifices. We've not got a lot of rehearsal time.
You missed main part.
Oh, aye. Leading role, Count Dracula, will be played by Joe Sugden.
Who am I playing on, boy?
Renfield.
Renfield?
Yes. Right. Oh, David, perhaps you'd like to help out with scenery.
Well, I don't have muscle in, eh? Muscles is a village, you bet.
Nonsense, you're part at village now, aren't you?
Lead role, eh?
Yeah.
Pete?
I get about your mother's neck.
Don't, Joe.
Just get into character.
Now, don't lose them, will you?
Oh, thanks.
Did you get it then?
You bet, son.
Get what?
Oh, nothing. Just a family secret.
Renfield's a lunatic.
That's right. Eats flies. Total outsider. Shunned bit rest at society. Think you can manage that, Mr. Pollard?
Rick?
So, what's this family secret then?
Why ask me?
Because you seem to know more about my family than I do at the moment.
Touchy, aren't we?
I'm just sick of you driving a wedge between me, Kate, and the kids.
It's not me who's driven a wedge, pal, it's you. I warned you you've got a fight on your hands, and now you know. I only played to win, Joe. Second doesn't count.